Week 6 focused on answering the question, are conventional electricity options sustainable? During Week 6, you explored the answers to these questions related to the electricity sector. What are conventional electricity options? How do conventional electricity options work? What sustainability implications are associated with conventional electricity options? How can we compare these implications quantitatively through sustainability indicators? And how do we evaluate sustainability implications that are moral or ethical in nature? As part of the last question on the list, you watched a debate about nuclear power on TED Talks and answered discussion questions about whether you support directing U.S. government resources toward developing more nuclear power and how you think ethical considerations should be handled. Many of you enjoyed discussing such a controversial and sometimes heated topic. Many were strongly for or against nuclear power, and some were somewhere in between. On the pro-nuclear side, some cited the risk of climate change consequences being more important than the risk of nuclear catastrophes. On the anti-nuclear side, some said that no matter how small the risk, it was not worth it to have any possibility of such high consequence events associated with potential, but very unlikely, nuclear accidents or terrorism. And some just feel more comfortable with renewables. The reason this was presented as a debate and a set of open-ended questions is because there is no black and white answer to these questions. The answers and how we handle nuclear power as a nation going forward mainly depend on public knowledge of and preferences for the risks associated with nuclear power and climate change. Much of your time this week was focused on categorizing the sustainability of 4 conventional electricity options based on how they compare in terms of economic, environmental, technical, and social sustainability indicators. I encouraged you to keep a chart like this handy while you were watching videos and doing readings so you could keep track of different sustainability indicator information for each conventional electricity option in each category. If you did that, your chart of information might look something like this. There is way too much information here to fit on a slide in an easily readable way, so I have uploaded a spreadsheet to Blackboard so you can look at all of the summary information I have compiled from this week's course materials. Go to the Week 7 folder where you accessed the Week 6 recap video and click on this link here to download the spreadsheet. Although you may not have compiled all of this information during your studies this week, you probably noticed some of the main ideas that this type of comparison reveals. First, although I have tried to set up this chart to compare energy sources directly across consistent sustainability indicators, you can see that not all energy sources had data for each indicator, making comparisons between energy sources difficult. Even where there were data, for one energy source it might be quantitative, but for others it might be qualitative. Some of the course materials reported life cycle emissions, and some reported emissions at the power plant. Some used different units for the same idea for different energy sources. Also, even where there are quantitative data for the same sustainability indicator for 2 different energy sources, when they come from different references with no explanation of how they are calculated, they are not truly comparable. These observations highlight the difficulty in comparing different energy options across a variety of sustainability indicators. Next week, while you are learning about alternative electricity options, you will read one of the very few studies that compares different electricity options across many of these sustainability indicators quantitatively. That study will help you to better synthesize some of the knowledge you gained this week about conventional options, but will also reveal how much research is still needed to make these types of comparisons more effectively in the future.